number 395. The following oral history interview was conducted by Commander Bill Scullion and Captain Marshall Hansen for the Naval Historical Center, Washington, D.C., and for the National Park Service, USS Arizona Memorial, at the Ala Moana Hotel, Honolulu, on December 5th, 2001, at 6:54 p.m. The person being interviewed is William Howard Poe, who was a corporal at the headquarters 1st Defense Battalion, Pearl Harbor, on December 7, 1941. Did I get that right, Mr. Poe?
That's right.
Okay. For the record, please state your full name, your place of birth, and your date of birth.
The full name is William Howard Poe. My place of birth is Faulkner County, which is the center of Arkansas. And
Date?
Date, November the 24th, 1917.
Okay. What did you consider to be your hometown in 1941?
Well, I joined in San Francisco. I didn't have a hometown.
Okay. What were your parents' names?
My dad's name was Harvey Poe, and my mother had been dead for a long time. She died when I was 6 years old. Her name was Annie.
Okay.
Her maiden name was Flowers.
Did you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes, I had two sisters.
Okay.
One older and one younger. You want their names?
Sure.
Mildred was the older one, and Silva, they're both deceased now. Silva was the younger one.
Okay. And where did you go to high school?
I didn't get into high school. I had to pass that.
Okay.
I went to college
Oh, where'd you go?
at Conway, Arkansas, at Arkansas State Teachers College.
Okay.
Graduated in 3 years
Mhm.
without any high school.
Okay.
What was that, before or after the war?
After the war.
Okay. Here's the tough one. Where and why did you enlist?
Well, I guess I enlisted mostly because of a job situation in 1938.
Mhm.
I lost my job, but they had a fairly good job, and didn't know when I'd go back to work. Now didn't want to go hungry anymore.
Okay. Why the Marine Corps?
Because the summer before then, Navy refused to take me in, and they told me what to do to get in the Navy or Marines. The doctor did.
Okay.
So I did what he told me. I had flat feet,
Ah.
and he told me what to do to partly cure it.
Okay. And the Marines took you then, huh?
The Marines took me.
Where did you go after you enlisted?
Well, I was in San Diego for 2 years, and then I went to Hawaii.
Okay.
1940, I went to 1941, I went to Hawaii, and then
What time did you arrive? What month did you arrive in Hawaii?
in February
Okay.
41.
Where were you assigned when you got to Hawaii?
Where?
Yeah.
Right at the Marine barracks, the wooden barracks in Pearl Harbor.
What were your
Just-
duties when you got here?
I was field telephone electrician.
What's that mean?
Well, we had to run the wires and switchboards and keep communication by telephone one way or another.
Did you also run combat wire when the
Oh, yes.
lines were down?
I run one combat wire after the first wave, running across Hickam Field. We right across from Hickam Field.
Okay. Let me back you up. Do you remember the 6th of December, 1941?
That was on Saturday. No,
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it.
Nothing special?
Nothing special to me.
Okay.
I've heard lots of stories about the 6th, but the night of the 6th anyway.
Did you have duty?
No,
Just nothing special.
there's nothing special.
Okay. Where were you on the morning of the 7th?
I was right in front of, well, I was in the barracks, just getting up to go
Okay.
to chow. And I heard about simultaneously, I don't know which is first, hearing the planes or hearing the siren go off.
Okay.
And somebody said, I wonder why they're doing that here on Sunday morning. They've never done that before. As much more got that out till the gunnery sergeant came into the barracks where I was at and said, that's the Japanese, it's a real war. They're bombing Hickam Field right now. And they were. And he told all of us to get outside and take our rifles. Well, we didn't have any ammunition right then, but it was only a few minutes till someone came up with a bandolier of ammunition, all tracer,
Okay.
no armor-piercing tracers, so you could watch the bullets as they went up. And So I pitched a few to the other guys out there, and some different planes went over. One came over within about, I guess it's 250, 300 yards away from me. And I don't know how many times I shot, but about 3 or 4 times before I hit him. I don't remember.
Okay.
And as a machine gun, I could watch his bullets too. Mine and his are the only two I could watch, because the others are all scattered out. You can always watch your own. And I guess you know, if you ever did any shooting or watched them things, it looks like they're curving. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I was in Arkansas, a farm boy.
Yep.
I'd shot at rabbits and stuff like that. You had to lead them.
So you led this one too, huh?
I led this, and when I hit it, I jumped up and down and said, I got him.
So where did you hit the plane?
I don't know. It must have been the gas tank, because it was a big ball of fire. You know, but the plane was almost out of the fire by the time it got spread out. You could see the plane about all the time. Mm-hmm. It went down into hospital grounds at Pearl.
Okay. What kind of weapon were you using to shoot at it?
1903 Springfield.
Got one.
30 caliber.
What happened after you saw the airplane go down?
Well, I shot at a few other planes as they went around, but I didn't get close to any of them. They were higher and farther away.
What was happening around the barracks?
Same as I was doing, trying to hit the plane. But I had went in there, and I was in charge of the telephone. Mm-hmm. Before I went outside, I went in and told the guy to stay on the switchboard, don't matter what. Mm-hmm. Because you got to get communication.
Did you have communications during the attack?
Oh yes, telephone communications everywhere.
Okay. Did they work?
Oh yeah, according to him it worked. According to the switchboard, no report back to me anyway.
Okay.
After the attack, after the second, I don't know whether it was before the second wave. Yeah, it must have been, because about 2 o'clock, I guess. The second wave was over with. I was told to run a telephone wire across Hickam Field, tore down the fence, running across Hickam Field to a gun emplacement they were setting up over there. Mm-hmm. So I did, running out across the highway and over the top of the highway and on the top of the railroad track, and had to get up that night to go fix a broken wire.
Mm-hmm. Because of the railroad, or
railroad train came in.
It's a pesky train. Huh?
One of those sugarcane trains.
Oh, okay.
Narrow gauge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Now, the barracks themselves.
Wooden barracks.
Wooden barracks. A lot of damage occurred over at Hickam from the attack.
And none whatsoever. I think it was said that they strafed the field across where we were. Summers out there where we were, but I didn't know about that. It's just somebody said that one of the planes went over and what they call strafed it. Mm-hmm. Nobody hit.
Okay, and no one...
I don't know of anybody. I've never heard of anybody getting hit that was normally shore duty. Mm-hmm. In other words, except it is on the mainland, other than the island itself, Fort Island. Mm-hmm. Nobody got injured by the Marines that I know of.
So the only Marines...
By the Japanese.
Okay.
The only Marines that you're aware of that got injured were either on the battleships or on Fort Island.
That's right.
Did anything hit the barracks? Was there any damage to the barracks?
I never heard anything about it.
Okay. What happened after you ran the wire? Did you stay at the barracks, or were you?
I went back to the barracks and had a few other duties to do. I don't remember what, but I had to go eat again, you know.
Yeah, at some point. Were you called out into the field at any point after the 7th? Did you go on maneuvers, or did you stay at headquarters?
No. We left Honolulu. We left Oahu Christmas Eve night. Mm-hmm. Went out to Johnston Island. I stayed there for 13 months. You should have seen it.
Why?
Just a little bitty thing about less than a quarter of a mile wide, and not much longer than that either.
Mm-hmm. What did you do on Johnston Island?
Telephone, electrician, running the wire, and keep communication around to the central office.
Okay.
Was there any action out on Johnston, or
Not after I got there. It's told that there'd been action before then, but the gun emplacement, this is hearsay now, their big gun blew up after the first shot.
Oof.
And they had to repair it right there on the island. They repaired it ready for the next bunch, but it wasn't in the next bunch.
So is there any more recollections that you have specifically about the 7th that you want to share with us?
I can't think of any. Just all of them would be hearsays.
Okay, nothing
So-
that affected you directly.
That's right. One, not directly. I can't remember any.
Now you said the day before Christmas is when you were sent over to
That's right.
Johnston? What occurred between the 7th and the 24th? Was it pretty much routine, or were there any special duties for you?
I don't think there's any special duty. We had to a little more on our toes than normal, but I went on liberty the 15th of December and down to Honolulu with a pistol on my hip.
Why did they issue a pistol?
They took the rifles because I had to be in the telephone wiring situation. They couldn't carry the pistol and do that kind of work carrying a rifle.
But you were issued a pistol to carry at all times?
Yeah,
Okay. Was there an invasion fear at that time?
yeah, there was quite a bit of fear that they might go ahead and invade the area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. That night I did see something else too. Some planes went over that night of the 7th.
Mhm.
Some planes came over, and a bunch of the guys, including the guy that was at the switchboard, went outside and shot at the planes, American planes.
Did you know that? I guess you didn't know that at the time, though, did you?
Well, I don't remember, but I knew it within just a few minutes after then. Anyway, we got them stopped.
So the word spread pretty fast that there were U.S. planes after.
Oh yeah, that's the way I remember it anyway.
Okay. Did you have to go out and tell some people to stop, or were you?
No, I didn't have the authority to do much telling as a corporal.
Okay.
And fear was rather high. They heard those planes and they were afraid it was another wave of Japanese.
Oh yes, they thought there was more Japs coming in.
How did the civilians react to this? Do you know how they reacted to this kind of attack?
I don't know because I wasn't with them except on that one day, the 15th of December.
Okay. What were things like in the town?
Well, one fellow came up there and started asking questions, and there was questions like I didn't like to answer,
Mhm.
and so I reported him to the police.
Okay.
And that's
And you never know what happened to them.
don't know what happened.
Did the town feel like it was fearful, anticipating something, or what?
I don't know. I really don't know whether they had that feeling or not. It seemed to be most nearly normal to me. The recreation circumstances are a little bit different, but not a whole lot.
Now, did you attend the 50th anniversary?
No, I haven't been. This is the first time I've been back since 1943, February 43.
So this is your first visit back to Oahu?
First, that's right.
Now, have you had a chance to go down on any tours to the harbor?
No,
Do you have any feeling that how you might feel when you go down there, or are you?
well, I didn't. All I saw about the ships was on the 24th of December. And by the way, last thing I wanted before I went overseas, that is further away from Oahu, was a quart of milk.
Milk is important.
That's
Now-
the first thing I wanted after I got back too.
When you left on the 24th, I presume you boarded a ship?
Boarded some kind of ship. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, and then you
It was
sailed.
kind of an escort ship, but I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I thought it was a destroyer. That's the way I remember it, as a destroyer.
Now, having lived through December 7th, and then recently the nation having experienced September 11th, do you have any feelings of comparing the two?
Oh yes, I had feelings of comparisons, but mostly it was just kind of a tightening of the stomach muscles, wondering what's going to happen next. That's mostly my feelings, because I felt like pretty close to similar feelings you got to me and to the other people of the States. I think I had more feeling about Pearl Harbor because I was right there. When you're right there at the place, it'll give you more feeling than it will if you're a long ways away from it, unless you've got some close relatives at the place.
Of course.
And I didn't have any close relatives. Well, I did have one in Washington, D.C., but not at
Not at
New
the
York.
plant.
No.
Now, you had said before we came in for the interview that you were going to make a statement that you couldn't prove. Was this about the airplane and the shooting, or is there something
No, it's about the. It was reported the next day in the Graham, that is the 8th of December. That's what I heard. I don't know that was fact. It was reported that was the first plane that went down when it went down to hospital grounds. And as far as I've been able to find out, that was the first one. And he landed the plane, but I don't know what shape it was in. I never found out. I've heard 2 or 3 different stories about it, so I didn't believe much of any of it.
He was not in too healthy a shape after coming out of it.
After he got down and was there a while, I'm sure he wasn't in very good shape.
But you don't have any doubt that you hit the plane?
Oh, I had no doubt about it, because you could. It's shorter than an instant. It's just then. Mm-hmm. In other words, if you shot into a tank of gasoline, half full, with fire in a bullet,
mm-hmm.
it's going to stay on fire.
Yeah. Right.
And it exploded. Mm-hmm. And there, that big ball of flame just all at once. Timing-wise, it's just exactly the same thing, and you could always see the bullet go on if you hit it. Mm-hmm. No bullet went on. It stopped the bullet. Something in the plane.
Okay. How high was the plane when you got the shot in?
I figured 100 yards. About 200 yards away this way and 100 yards up.
Can you describe the plane anyway? Did it have landing gear down or up? Or?
I don't think it had the landing gear down at that time, but really I don't know. I know it was not a big plane. Mm-hmm. Somebody said it was zero, but I don't know what it was or not. I didn't know a zero from a Bearcat at that time.
Okay. Did you have any friends that were on the ships out there?
Well, I had some out there, yes, I did, but I can't, not really close friends. Mm-hmm. I knew a few of them, but just not real close, none of them.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add to your statements?
Not about that day.
Okay. Do you have something else you want to talk about?
Well, after I was out there 13 months at Johnston Island, mm-hmm. I was sure a lonesome situation out there. And I got back to the States the next 6 months after I got back, about 4 months after I got back. I took down with rheumatic fever. Had a problem ever since with rheumatic fever, with rheumatoid arthritis. Mm. Still got it bad. I think it's bad. It might not be bad to some people's thoughts.
So you came back to the States and with rheumatic fever then, right?
Back to I got the rheumatic fever in June.
Okay.
And stayed 6 months. They kept me 6 months in the hospital at San Diego. Mm-hmm. And then March, that was in 43, and then I come back, got out of it in 44, and then I went back in 45 at Paris Island, and then went to Dublin, Georgia. About 10 months, that's the second stretch.
Okay.
I was told at one time that you'll never walk again by one of the medical doctors. And he said, as soon as he got outside, I said, I'm going to walk again if I have to, whether I have to or not. So I went to the bathroom.
And you've been walking ever since, haven't you?
Been walking ever since, in spite of the pain.
Doing real well, Mr. Poe. And we want to thank you for your service to your country.
I did the best I could at the time.
And we also want to thank you for sharing the story with us.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
I don't know of anything else that would be of real importance that other people would like to know about.
That's okay.
I didn't get it. They surveyed me out of the service when At first, it sent me out after being just out of the hospital that long with rheumatoid arthritis. Sent me out and gave me 10% disability.
Okay.
I challenged it about 3 months later. I challenged it at Fort Root, Arkansas, and they awarded me 40%. And I kept that 40% through Teachers College. Got a job as a teacher. And I thought it was great that I could make a 4-year college in 3 years' time without any high school.
Yep, not bad. Did you teach?
I taught for 2 years and found out I wasn't a good teacher.
Well, Mr. Poe, we've all heard about the plane that came down and hit the hospital at the point. It's an honor to meet the man who shot it.
Thank you.